Welcome to the IAT Insurance Group forum topic, Planning and Preparation in the Age of COVID-19, Helping Your Drivers Minimize Exposure. This discussion shares enhancements that companies have instituted to minimize the COVID-19 exposure. We're all in this together. This is an opportunity to share what our organization has observed, as well as what our partners have in place. We intend to continue to update and share with you as we navigate through this pandemic. We welcome your continued input. Again, the focus is to minimize the exposure of the driver through this. I'm Ed Bass, loss control consultant for IAT Insurance Group with over 40 years of transportation safety experience. I want to thank you for being a valued partner of IAT Insurance Group, as well as your frontline contributions supplying our country's needs during this pandemic. Be assured, IAT Loss Control is here to support and be a resource to you. Although no surprise, operational challenges have increased during COVID-19. The primary challenge is to protect the workforce from COVID-19. Capacity, travel time, difficulty in logistical changes in pickup and delivery, as well as identifying fuel facilities, rest stops, restrooms while operating continue to be daily issues. Leadership plays an important role during these times. As all have experienced with our management driver teams, tough times strengthen the bond of our work family. Open communication has such an important role. It is important that the entire team realizes what can be controlled and what cannot. It is important to be empathetic, educate, and allow the workforce to make decisions to protect their health and safety. Communication plays an important role both internally with your workforce as well as externally with your client base. The following are examples of internal communication enhancements that we've observed. Daily pre-shift health checks by management. Ensuring proper PPE is available and being utilized. Reminding of social distancing, as well as discussing the daily game plan to minimize contact and exposure, as well as end-of-the-day discussions focused on health check and operational information. Examples of external communication enhancements focus mainly on customer pickup and delivery information at the time of scheduling. This includes any sickness at the facility related to COVID-19, social distancing and PPE procedures at the facility, as well as specific information to minimize driver contact, such as dock door, contact to text, and waiting area procedures. Enhanced procedures while en route focus on identification of areas to minimize exposures during fuel, rest, as well as medical facilities if needed. The ATA website has been a resource utilized for this. Technology has been primarily in the dispatch systems focused on travel time efficiencies as well as populating customer-specific COVID-19 procedures while on site. The final slide shares specific enhancements focusing on minimizing COVID-19. This slide addresses the concept of eliminating the driver from entering your building. The driver notifies when he or she is on site. Management gives power unit and a location in the yard. Equipment, when possible, is permanently assigned. Driver is responsible for sanitizing equipment pre and post shift. Bill of lading or shipping papers are placed in the rear of trailer or on driver's seat if not electronic. Hand trucks, pallet jacks sanitized pre and post shift. At shift or trip completion, bills, shipping papers are placed in a secure location if not electronic. Dispatch notified at the end of the day to include discussion of day's events. And daily receipts or shipping papers enhanced to document shipper load and count when not allowed on premise. This addresses the shortage damage issues. Additional procedures to limit exposure include documenting and communicating to the driver the social distancing and PPE in place at shipper and consignee, as well as communicating to the shipper or consignee your COVID-19 procedures and guidelines to protect your driver and their operation. Additionally, make the effort to gather as much information to minimize driver contact, such as door to back in and specific staging areas. Administratively, the following two enhancements have been observed. Having an amended or supplemental document requesting customers to notify of any test positive COVID-19, as well as COVID-19 language in website and printed material that includes what precautions your company and drivers are taking. The industry has focused on additional driver training, specifically addressing what COVID-19 is and the steps to minimize exposure. Training includes how to daily self-monitor for symptoms of COVID-19 and report to management, have the ability to answer standard screening questions at the client, understanding what social distancing is, what PPE company has in place, how to properly sanitize themselves and equipment, and what additional daily documentation needs to be completed to ensure proper PPE supplies are available, as well as vehicles sanitized. In the area of maintenance, drivers have no or limited access to maintenance facility. All communication goes through dispatch and management. All equipment is sanitized at completion of inspection or repair. Documentation is in place for driver and management's review. In most cases, daily vehicle inspection reports are being utilized. Thank you for participating. We welcome the opportunity to be assistance to you and your organization. Please contact Cynthia Scarborough, IAT Loss Control Coordinator, with any questions you may have. Cynthia's contact information is Cynthia, CYNTHIA .Scarborough, SCARBOROUGH at IATinsurance.com. Her telephone number is 661-952-0179.